Hi there, this is Eden from the Road to Retirement channel. This is the second episode of the 4-part series on the Roadblocks to F.I.R.E. Today we are discussing the Diderot Effect. The what? The Diderot Effect, so named after this guy, a French philosopher during the 18th century. Let's see how this Diderot Effect works as a roadblock to F.I.R.E. Tara, let's hit the road. If you're new here, I'm Eden from the Road to Retirement channel, and I'm so glad to have you here with us. Before we get to the topic of today, a quick reminder to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That will help other people notice this channel too. Thank you. Let me tell you a story. A friend of mine bought a new refrigerator to replace their 20-year-old refrigerator that got broken. She did all the research and eventually settled for a bottom freezer inverter technology that was sleek and modern. A week into having that fridge, she called me up saying she was quite unhappy with her kitchen. Unsure of what she meant, I got curious and got to the bottom of it. The culprit to her unhappiness was the shiny new fridge. The shiny new fridge looked terribly out of place in their kitchen. Its new lines and smooth exterior seemed to highlight the work that needed to be done to update the kitchen. The kitchen cabinets look drab and can use an upgrade of hardware and fresh paint. She also noticed that the sink was tiny compared to the fridge and wanted to upgrade to a double sink. She did those upgrades. The cabinets had new paint, the hardware was replaced, and the sink too was replaced. Then she noticed the stained tiles and the stove that were outdated already. And so she had those replaced and upgraded as well. 6 months since she got the shiny new ref, she got herself a brand new remodeled kitchen, which started with the new refrigerator. This is what we call the Diderot Effect. It describes how having one nice thing somehow encourages us to upgrade other things around it. In the case of my friend, it started with the ref, and then the kitchen cabinets, and then the sink, the tiles, and the stove. Look, I have nothing against upgrading appliances and homes. What I am saying is, upgrades are all good if that is what you planned and if you can afford it. What's not good is if you're caught unaware of what's happening and you displaced other goals to make way for that remodeled kitchen. Back to my friend. She sacrificed her retirement contribution for that year and wiped out her emergency fund. Getting a new ref to replace the one that got broken is an emergency. Having a new kitchen, not an emergency. Luckily for her, she got through without any huge repercussions. Nothing happened that would necessitate her needing those emergency funds. Nothing out of the ordinary happened that would have required her to use those emergency funds, which was already depleted. In about a year, she got to save enough to build back up the emergency fund and cleared out the consumer debt from all those trips to the appliance shops and Home Depots. This same thing happened to the 18th century French philosopher named Denis Diderot. All his life, he was just getting by. Then he suddenly became rich because his works and situation got noticed by the Empress Catherine of Russia. He received a big sum of money for advanced work. With his new wealth, he bought a scarlet robe. It was the 1700s after all, and started to notice how out of place his robe was when he sat down on his straw chair around his study with a drab rug. And so he began upgrading things around his study that did not jive with his new leather chair, wood table, etc. At the end of his essay, which you can read in the linked description below, he lamented buying his scarlet robe. Anyhow, enough of the guy. How about you? Did you get into a situation like this? Have you bought one nice thing that led to another and then another? I certainly did. I was online shopping for a water bottle to replace our broken one and found a beautiful glass Italian brand water bottle with flip top. Before checking out, I then decided our glasses were too plain to be used around the pretty water bottle. So I added 4 new glasses into that shopping cart that would match the new glass water bottle. That's Diderot Effect. At work, that was a simple example, but I assure you there are lots of examples of this Diderot Effect in our day-to-day lives. Do tell me in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Before you go, here's the next roadblock to fire, which you can play next. If you like this video, drop a like and don't forget to send this to a friend. Until the next time, bye!